GSL Season 1, Round of 10. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio Live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to week 2 of the Round of 10. We are going to be mapping out who actually leaves the Round of 10 and goes on to the Round of 6. We had nothing was finalized in the first week, but now we're going to be moving through things pretty quickly.
Yeah. The first week was actually really awesome. We had a lot of cheeses kind of in Group A. It was a little bit quicker. Group B, of course, one of the most epic days that we've ever had here at GSL. And this week, since we're deciding things, I think has potential to be even more exciting.
I think that's, of course, for sure. It's going to be even more exciting, Artosis. It was kind of weird last week not really deciding who moves on or not. It's the first time we've ever tried a format like this in the GSL, but the way the creator's been playing, it's been insane. We've had some super epic games as well. Dark Morrow was amazing.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking forward to getting this started.
Yeah. Of course, those are from Group B, which we'll finish up on Thursday. But here, we're going to get the top 3 from Group A today.
Right.
It's hard to predict exactly how this is going to end up turning out. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of excited to see how it goes. Like, are we going to have Trap actually rise out of the ashes right now? He is doing kind of poorly.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise besides creator success here in the Round of 10 has been Maru's failure. 0-2 right now.
That's true, yeah.
It's like we're in some kind of a bizarro world where he doesn't win everything.
Yeah, it looks like our Terran champs are down pretty low right now. ByuN as well at the 0-2 in today's group. Ryung, the only Terran, putting some wins on the board so far.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like Maru played terribly or anything like that either.
No, there were great games from him.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Like, he played Dark and Creator, and as we know, Creator's basically the GOAT, and, Dark's a really good Zerg player, and Zergs get creep, so what can you do? No, we'll see if he's able to come back tomorrow. There's still a chance, but it looks tough for him.
And, from there, we'll be moving on into the Round of 6. That'll be starting next week. You can see our lineup for today. Again, a lot of matches that are definitely worth being excited for. We got to keep our eye on ByuN here, because if he doesn't manage to beat RagnaroK, and I think this should be sort of close. I think these guys are pretty evenly matched.
Should be.
If he does not perform there, I mean, his story's pretty much over.
He's not going to top 3 if he doesn't beat RagnaroK.
I don't think so.
No, he's at -3. The next closest person at 0. Like, he has to win this.
Yeah.
In fact, it feels like he needs a 2-0. I didn't do the full math on everything because there's a lot of variables. But we need ByuN to come up big. But RagnaroK's been playing really well. Really well.
He's looked very strong. And honestly, ByuN has not looked that tough.
No, he looks a little bit off this season.
Yeah. Which is too bad. I mean, we'll see if he can pull it together here today. But ByuN has had these styles that he's brought out, and sometimes they look a little bit old. They don't really seem to map on to what people are doing currently. RagnaroK has also had some kind of cheesy plays, but that's fine. Sometimes you got to play a little bit cheesy to get through certain parts of the tournament. But let's see what he does here against ByuN. I almost feel like RagnaroK probably doesn't need to do anything that complicated unless ByuN is playing out of his mind.
Yeah, I think you're about right. I think RagnaroK can play a relatively straightforward game. But maybe he'll proxy hatch every game today. It's hard to say.
Yeah. We're going to start this off on Berlingrad for map 1, then Hardwire, and if we have a game 3, we'll be going to Golden Wall.
Ooh, that could be a tough one for ByuN. We'll see how that goes down, but let's do it, Tasis. Let's go to game number 1. If it's okay with you.
You know what? I'll let it happen. I'll let it pass, Artosis.
Okay, then let's start the game.
All right, guys. Going now into game 1, ByuN versus RagnaroK, as we're here in day 2 of Group A to conclude who will go on to the Round of 6.
2022 GSL Season 1.
That song that plays when the game starts, it almost sounds like there's dogs singing in the background. Wait for this next time you hear it.
Shopify Rebellion.
And then you won't be able to unhear it, okay?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Alpha
dog in the
RagnaroK.
creep.
I wonder
It's
how
one of the
often
background singers. Sorry, go ahead.
I wonder how often musicians sample like from the animal world for their tunes?
Probably not very much, I don't think.
Probably
right?
not, right?
Yeah. Although I feel like we, in the songs that are picked for GSL, we end up with more sampling from weird stuff that you would not expect. I've heard my fair share of PT teacher whistles in certain songs. There's some song that they play in this show where there's a lot of reloading sounds in the background.
Yeah. I kind of have this idea now in my head where like either like a DJ or maybe a rapper or something should actually, that one whale in the ocean that's been calling for like 20 years, it's alone and no one's answered the call. It's on like a different frequency or something. Like sample that and like make a song like at the club or something. Tastes everyone's dancing, throwing their hands in the air, but it's actually the saddest whale.
It's the sounds of a whale crying for help and comfort.
Ordering $10 vodka Red Bulls while listening to that, Tastes. Yeah, man.
Let's go!
Actually, it'll reflect a lot of people at the club, to be honest.
The way a lot of people feel out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're off to a good start here, man. All right, so let's see if ByuN tracks on some of the stuff that he's done in the past in TVZ that hasn't always worked that well for him, but it is sort of his own brand. But a lot of this, like, 3 racks pressure, a lot of 2-base pressure in general, and trying to lean into the Zerg here. And we saw earlier that RagnaroK did do a fair share of Nidus networks.
Dude, he is popping out a lot of lings right now. I gotta mention this. That is a lot of Zerglings and not so many drones.
This could be one way that a Terran can just die outright.
Yeah, how many is he making total? Is it like 16 or something? It's a fair amount. Look at this now. He's chasing a couple lings.
So this is a bait.
Yeah, it really is.
And when link speed finishes,
oh no,
all these brains are gonna go down. And you just saw ByuN's head kick back there as he realized, oh, I got totally jebaited into coming out on the map.
Yeah, that's really painful. And while it's not game ending, he killed off like 4 or 5 lings for free. He's gonna make him take extra time to get this down. He looks like he wants that SCV. I don't know if he's gonna get it.
It's not game ending, but if we were to talk the way a lot of pro gamers talk, it basically is game ending, because if this happens at the start of your game, anything that you lose to later on is probably because of this.
Well, thank God we don't talk like pro gamers talk, or no one would watch GSL for 12 years. By the way, man's best friend on the ramp here, like blocking those lings from going up. I love it. Great to see.
So, I mean, ByuN now going to go for the Banshee, go for Cloak. And if RagnaroK's not ready for that, I mean, the punish could be enough to kind of put ByuN back into this. But the question is, is RagnaroK going to be ready or not?
Well, I would say he's going to be ready.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not worried about little old Rags here right now.
Old Ragarino.
He's ready to rag and roll.
Oh, man, we're off to a very fun start here at Tosis.
Yeah.
It's good to be back in the studio. And again, guys, good to have an audience here. We see you guys sitting out in the front. It's going to be cool, especially as restrictions continue to ease and we're kind of getting to the very tail end of COVID here to actually see the studio filled up.
No, it's great to have an audience and stare at the back of their heads while they look at that screen.
I gotta say, a lot of beautiful, backs of heads.
Yeah. And that's how you can tell no one has the English headset, because no one's turned around to see if we're actually looking at them.
No. Well, there's one.
There's one. Okay, hey,
all right,
how's it
nice.
going, man? Well, one person has an English headset.
One is not the number we were looking for, but we'll take even that. Now, he's going to come in here and, this is just a very awkward moment for Tosis, who thought he was going to be fine.
I never said that, Taste. I said I thought he was going to lose like 10 drones to the Banshee, because that's normal.
Yeah. And now the Hellions are going to come in. RagnaroK had such a great start here, and he's in a lot of trouble now. It's going to be, I think almost 17 if he gets that last drone.
Dude, that's a lot.
That
16
is
drones
so
down?
many. I mean, we're just, over 5 minutes of this game. Oh, 17, 18, 19.
Let's keep going, Tasteless. Comes after that.
21. People are like amazed at home. It's like, look at him just count. He's so good. He knows what number comes next every time.
Oh my God, Tasteless. Like, I mean, people tell me I'm Sam Eagle or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that you were like Oscar, but I guess you're the Count. You look a bit more like Oscar and smell a bit more like Oscar, but you count like the vampire, my friend.
Oh, so funny. Push now coming out, and this is going to be, you know, a real quick moment for ByuN to try to capture the momentum that he has in this game. Of course, Stim's done, +1 attack, and combat shields are not too far away. And
yeah, this is so scary with 2 Banshees still alive and pretty decent health as well. Like, this is going to be brutal. A lot of Lings are coming out. Bailing speed a ways off. All right, picks off 1 Banshee, gets the other one. Okay, so he gets rid of the Banshees. That's nice. But he's got to get, like, ByuN needs to run into these Banes, I think. That's what RagnaroK needs right now. Needs him to run forward into the Banes. Okay, didn't do it that time. Not that time either.
I don't think that RagnaroK can recover. No. You know, the Banes, it's too little too late. And again, you know, see, when that attack came in, it was so successful.
Yeah.
That really sealed the deal. ByuN takes game 1.
All right.
In a miraculous recovery.
Very well done from ByuN there. Kept his cool, got his harassment off. RagnaroK definitely making some mistakes. Like, absolutely unprepared for the Banshee.
Yeah, completely blindsided. Don't know if the Banshee was, you know.
Oh, his eyes were open, Tasteless. He just didn't have detection.
Yeah, his eyes were open. He just couldn't see invisible things. He doesn't have those kind of eyes.
No,
but who does?
The Overseer.
Yeah, spore crawlers. So, I mean, that's a frustrating loss for RagnaroK. You know, to get a lead and then throw that hard to where the game ends. You know, in a matter of minutes. We're gonna go to Hardwire for map 2. Now, they have a song that plays right when we do the camera shots that zoom in on either side of the studio.
I'll
now,
listen.
when I kind of hear what this sounds like, not the guy who's singing, like I'm Rebel for Life, but the background, it sounds like a dog choir.
Okay, I'm excited.
yeah. I want to see it when I give you this idea, and then we go, and if that's... All right, get ready. Guys, game 2, Hardwire, it's ready. ByuN vs. RagnaroK. ByuN with a 1-0 lead.
2022 GSL Season 1.
You hear it?
Yes. Yeah, they definitely did something with the dog's voices, though. Like, they tuned them up a little bit.
Woof, woof, woof.
Shopify Rebellion. ByuN.
It's like a bunch of dogs trying to pretend they're wolves. And if that's not the most human thing I've ever heard of, then
it might be a bunch of humans trying to pretend to be dogs that are probably trying to pretend to be wolves.
Alpha X, RagnaroK.
So is this drone just looking for proxies, I guess? Is it going to find anything?
I'm not sure about that. Like, obviously, yeah, you're right. He's looking for proxies, but obviously, you know, ByuN not proxying. I wonder if there's another plan here at all. Like, is there any? Oh, I flew to Korea last week.
Welcome.
Yeah, GSL, nice.
Thank you for coming in. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Really, really glad to just have audiences again. It's really weird, you know, if you've done a show in a studio like this, and then, you know, audiences can't be there because filming anything or recording anything when it isn't live is just kind of, it's, I don't know, studios are weird and dark and boring and everybody's quiet, you know, except for the, you know, people casting, of course. Yeah, it's fun to have people back here.
Feels better.
For sure.
That live, nice feel, some energy in the studio.
Yeah. So, again, I don't know if, you know, ByuN is going to be doing a lot more Cloaked Banshee. It does seem like Cloaked Banshee is sort of something you want to kind of randomize into your play. And you don't want to be too known for it, right?
No,
or people are just ready for it, and it turns out to be a waste.
Yeah, there's plenty of times where Cloak Banshee gets very few drones, but, you know, I think you can always at least make it useful a little bit, right?
Uh-huh.
We'll see what he wants to go for momentarily here. There is a second Rax on the way, so...
Oh, that's big. That's actually almost unacceptable for opening builds.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
We don't ever really see that happen, ever.
Well, I think he wasn't expecting it because it was immediate reactor, right?
Right.
So it's just like a little bit more damage output than what RagnaroK was expecting while he tried to get there.
But that actually is going to ripple throughout the rest of the game. I mean, just dropping an Overlord, it messes up the timing of everything else.
Yeah, that is certainly
It's a
painful.
funny thing that we don't really ever bother to talk about because it's not really a factor when you have the best players in the world playing. But like, yeah, like Zerg is the race that can actually lose a supply depot basically at the start of a game.
That is true.
Because, you know, of the way the Overlord functions and like, you know, dropping a supply, you know, one of your first 3 supply things is disastrous, and you know, you really can't allow to have happen.
Yeah, I would say though it's not as disastrous as it would be for Terran or Protoss, right? Because you build up the larva, so you can kind of spend everything all at once.
Well, Artosis.
Yeah. What about a second one, Tasis?
What about a second one, Artosis? What then?
Well. And now
This
he
man
needs
is
to get some Vikings out to go hunt more of them.
Yeah, this man is a Zodiac killer of Overlords. This is crazy.
Catches the incoming link. Spore on the way. RagnaroK not wanting to lose everything to a Banshee again. Although there is no Banshee on the way.
Yeah, instead it's going to be Stim coming here, 2 Raxes, a little bit of pressure here from the Hellions.
He's about to have his starport up as well on a reactor. So we get some medevacs out ASAP. Tell you, ByuN looking pretty good here so far today. Had a couple very good openers. Well, I guess not the opener last game, but, you know, follow-up.
No, but I mean, you know, if you mess up like that early on and then you recover like that, that's really impressive. I mean, some of that is on RagnaroK not being ready. You know, there's only so many things that Terran can do to get back into the game, and Cloak Banshee is one of them. But it worked.
Well, here we're going to have a bunch of Stim Marines plus Hellbats.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is... He's getting a 3rd command center behind, so it's not like some sort of Hellbat all-in or something. Obviously, he can buffer quite a bit with some Hellbats on the ground. Armory only halfway done. Yeah, I guess it's going to time out really well here.
Okay, Stim about to finish here, and this is going to be the moment where ByuN is going to strike. The Baneling's Nest is finishing, but we're not going to have Banes just yet, so there's a chance that the defense is going to be loose enough here for RagnaroK that ByuN might be able to really kind of punch in and do a little bit more, but ByuN is definitely erring with caution. 5 Banelings coming.
Yeah, the Banelings morphing are definitely going to help out quite a bit. Already a transfusion going down. Another couple of them going down there as well. The Hellbats just eating through those links so quickly. And here come the Banes, very importantly, hitting those Hellbats a little bit.
And ByuN actually gets in and gets right back out. A big plume of drones coming here as RagnaroK's pretty confident that ByuN will not attack in again.
And if he does, you know, with only 1 Hellbat left over, shouldn't be too difficult to help push that back with some lings. Spire is on the way. ByuN, though, with that 3rd command center up, looking much better, you know, in this first series than what we saw from him last week.
So RagnaroK is going to take this 4th over here, and that could be a pressure point for ByuN to poke into if he identifies that that's the base that's being taken. Kind of loose pressure, to be honest, right now here for ByuN.
Yeah, just picking off a few creep tumors here and there.
Yeah.
Queen's roaming over to push them back once again. Relay down some of the tumors. Yeah, 1-1 coming up, but quite a bit behind the 1-1 of ByuN here. A couple more medevacs of Marines coming up. Now, will he do a joint push or is he going to split? It looks like he's going to split. I almost wish he would do a joint push. speed is still not done here. Okay, you know what? If you're going to force that cancel and then hit elsewhere, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's already a pretty big victory.
Yeah.
And he's coming in here now. We got to see in the main if he actually has enough to deal with this. I mean, okay, when the Banes get there, he certainly can. Nice targeting, picks up and gets right back out. Ling counterattack over here at the third. But ByuN is now pressing in here. I just see Queens. Mutas are going to be hatching momentarily here, but not before I think all these Queens are going to be killed off.
Yeah, just about. Baneling's rolling in and actually do get a connection there. So definitely some weak Marines, but does that really matter? Look at the amount of damage that he's doing. Oh my god, picks off some mutas here as well. A huge amount of drones falling. Very nice, I'd say.
Yeah, big success there. And, I mean, the question now is, how is the third base going to be? Does Zerk have any kind of counterplay here? I don't know how many mutas are in the game, but there's 5 coming, and we knew a lot more were hatching.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, he's going to have, after those 5 hatch, 7. This is all we got
that's
right
actually...
here. That's pretty
I thought it was much
sad.
higher than that, so that's some bad news.
Well, pretty much nothing is worse than 2 mutas. Like, 1 muta is even better because you're like, oh, okay, it's to kill like a war prism or to get a liberator out of this side, or a medevac out of this side, rather.
Right, right.
Something like that. But 2 mutas, you're like, oh, you screwed up, didn't you? Why do you have 2 mutas?
Well, ByuN's going to come out, and I think he might even try to force a cancel over on this hatchery once more. Behind all this, upgrades are flowing very nicely for ByuN. This is looking like a tough one for RagnaroK.
Oh, certainly it is.
I'm really not sure that he's going to be able to recover here.
Look at ByuN's army, by the way. 6 mines, 5 medevacs, 44 Marines.
Yeah.
Like, he is not screwing around with Marauders or anything like that. I'd love to see it. 2-2 is coming up pretty quickly. 2-2 has not been started for RagnaroK, so...
Yeah,
he's going to have to make some strong moves. Yeah, everything is a little bit slower for him. He's taking a lot of damage this game. Trim Claws is on the way, not ready yet. Another tumor goes down. Gonna pick off these rocks as well.
Yeah, and this is going to give him access to this base over here to the right, and the one on screen now. He's going to clear out this creep pretty quickly, and then... I don't know. I mean, I don't think that RagnaroK can counterattack. It seems like ByuN is nearing maxing out. He's being very patient right now, basically setting up openings by destroying rocks and forcing cancels, but I think the killing blow is coming.
Yeah, it very well may. Some Thors popping out. Drilling Claw's almost done. He's up 2 upgrades. RagnaroK, he's got a fair amount of Ling Bane at the moment. His economy is good, 82 drones. That's nothing to scoff at. This base going to be canceled once again. Many, many times so far.
Okay, the Muta is on the move right now. Again, trying to find an opening, but the problem is a lot of times once you prep for the Mutas, it's kind of done, right? That's why it was so painful for RagnaroK when he got pushed while the Mutas were coming, because it gave more than enough time for ByuN back at home to try to defend. And now comes the moment of either RagnaroK dying or this game going on, because ByuN is coming here with the finisher.
Yeah, he does have a lot of units there. Marines over on the other side as well. This Thor, ooh, that was a good mine. The Thor trying to tank up here, getting some free shots as well. This like purely Marine army though, it can get a little bit tricky when a lot of Banes come up. All right, comes up with the Overseers now. Is going to be able to surround that Thor and kill it off.
Oh, that was a great mine hit. Dude. And there's more to come.
Oh my God. That last mine hit was absolutely insane. 13 Baneling kills.
The value of that mine was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Some Marauders starting to get added in here, so a little bit more tanking on those front lines. ByuN approaching 3-3 here as well. 2-2 is about to finish up. We already have +2 melee, but +2 armor, a little bit more important, going to be finishing shortly.
Another attack in here. Again, I mean, there's a small chance that RagnaroK can survive, but it's going to be tough.
Oh, the Bantling's getting very deep in. Some mines do end up going off. Ooh, the Thor gets picked up very nicely. Gonna continue to push forward here. Those Marauders helping out quite a bit as well. And I think RagnaroK is dead now.
Yep. GG, ByuN takes it 2-0.
Excellent.
Making it look easy. Very impressive stuff. And by the way, he looks so much better than a week ago.
Well, he looked like ByuN there, like old ByuN, where he's just super strong. You know, he played his ass off those 2 games and just punished RagnaroK nonstop. So very, very well done. Feels like ByuN's still in this. I had almost written him off after last week because he just looked worse than everyone. He wasn't playing that well, you know, obviously at the bottom of the standings, and that's a terrible place to be. But suddenly he's at -1, which is...
Right.
Look, he only needs to get top 3 to advance. It's doable.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a rough one for RagnaroK, man. I mean, he just got completely outclassed, and really cool to see those Overlord snipes, by the way. Guys, we're going to have a quick interview with ByuN and see how he's feeling. We'll be interviewing every winner of every match here tonight. Yeah, so let's see how ByuN feels. He is 2-0'd Ryung and is fighting for his life here in Group A.
All right, we're going to have an interview with ByuN, the winner of the first match. He defeats RagnaroK today, and he's currently at 1 win, 2 losses. Now you are on your way to the top, ByuN. You're currently in the same place as RagnaroK. So that was a tidy game for you, clean game. So how do you feel? Well, my last week record has been really terrible. So today I came here with not much expectation. So I didn't really expect to win in the first game. And you know, I like in the TVZ matchup, and it was a TVZ, so I had no confidence. But you know, things seem to go really well from the first game. And you know, generally things went good for me. That's right, you know, your games went smooth. Well, game 1, you know, everything almost went according to plan. But you know, the general flow of the game, everything was going to my plan. For the second game, you know, I tried to get the Overlord by lifting up my barracks, and you know, RagnaroK made a mistake, and then I exploited that. And I feel like today is my day. You know, things were going really good, and I was able to put on my A game. And you know, I had a feeling at one time in the game I could just finish the game. And that play that I played in the second game was not something that I prepared for, but it was more like an impromptu play. And you know, I try to bring in RagnaroK into my micro game. And you know, everything, considering it being improvised, went really good. I mean, ByuN, you really had to defeat RagnaroK, otherwise you would have 3 losses. And now the other players' wins and losses are gonna matter a lot to you. So your third match is gonna be against Rogue. So before that, anything you want to say? I hope this interview gives me good luck in my later game. And in the meantime, I'm gonna think about my builds before going up against Rogue. It's gonna be a tough run. But you know, against Rogue, I've had some good plays in the past. So with good preparation, even if I lose, I think I can put up a beautiful match. You know, like my philosophy is that even if I lose, as long as I put on my A game, I'm satisfied. That's right. I wish you good luck for the game against Rogue, and they'll be in for the interview with ByuN. Alright, so now we're gonna have a second match between Trap and Ryung. So please stay tuned and don't go anywhere. It will be starting momentarily. We'll be back soon.